we are here. We are ready to go. It is a Tuesday. Um, it's been a week. It's been a good week in my personal life. Everything feels pretty okay, pretty good, but it feels like the rest of the world is in very overwhelm mode. I mean, if you look at my email inbox, it is very overwhelming. I don't know if any of you have 8 billion Black Friday emails in your inbox, and it's like a full-time job just to remind myself, I don't need any of this stuff. I don't need it. Delete, 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 delete. And it's been a lot of deleting of emails this week. But there's some good stuff that people are offering out there, and some of it is probably worthwhile, but I don't have the wherewithal. I just don't. I mean, financially, yes, but like mostly just brain space. So many of them are courses and new and exciting plugins and really good stuff. I just don't. I have so much in my life right now, and I'm really working this week on feeling like I have enough, feeling like I am already enough without needing to go and search for more. And I think this is really good vocally as well. Um, like a thing I'm working on in my life is talking about how I can remind myself that it's okay to be as I am, that it's okay to store energy. And that's something that one of my friends who's a life coach, we did a couple sessions last year, and she reminded me, like, it's okay to store your energy. It's okay to keep your energy. There is enough. Like, you have enough. You don't always need to be spending it because you're worried if it's going to go away, you're not going to be able to buy it and have the things you want. And so I've been dealing with this around money, but it really it fits everything. Like, same thing with love. You don't have to worry so much about how much love you're giving out all the time because you're worried that other people are not going to love you back if you don't give. Like, you're worthy of love and you're worthy of receiving love no matter what you do. Um, Same thing with creativity. I find that a lot of the time too. Like, when I have a creative moment, I have things scheduled that are not that creative task, and so I feel like I have to. I'm like, when I have to go back to the task that's not a creative thing after doing something creative for a little bit, but not having enough time to really fully flesh it out, it feels like I'm wasting the creativity. And it's the same thing with money. Like, when I have money, I feel like I have to spend it, otherwise I'm wasting the moment that I have the money, because it's just going to go away soon anyway. And so the hardest part about this is that, like, whatever you believe will come true. So if I continue to believe that I do not have that much creativity, and so if I have a little bit, I have to dive in and use it all, otherwise it's going to go away before I use it, then that's what's going to happen. It's not going to come back, right? I'm not going to be open to that creativity coming back later on after I do the things that I was supposed to do that were on my calendar. But that's not really usually the case. Like, there's creative moments that come in all the time. And I've been feeling that a lot with my own practice lately. Like, as a vocal coach, it's my job to, like, remind you to practice, remind you that this is the way that you're building your muscle, practicing every day. And I have been not doing the best job at that myself lately. Like, I don't do a full on practice every day because I'm singing with my students all day and it's kind of a lot for my voice. But on the other side of that, I need to find a place in myself where I believe that I am good enough. And so if I don't practice one day, it's not the end of the world, right? On the other hand, if I do practice, I haven't just wasted um, my time, and it really is, it like fluctuates from back and forth to believing that I have enough and that I don't have enough, whether it's money, love, creativity, time. Time is a big one for me and for a lot of people, and that's why finding time to practice is tough. Hey, Tina, welcome. If you have questions, let me know. Um, so yeah, it really is finding, I think, that well within yourself that you can continue to pour into. One of my big goals this year has been to fill my own cup first before I give out to anybody else, because I have spent the entire rest of my life giving, giving, giving because I thought that that was my worth. How much I gave to other people meant that I was a better person. Um, be it creativity, time, love, money, what have you. But that's really not how it works, right? I am a good person. I have creativity. I have a never-ending supply of time. It just makes a difference how I perceive it, how I look at it. And so if I'm always in a deficit mode, if I'm always thinking I don't have enough time to practice, then I'm not going to practice and it's not going to do me any good. If I am always in a lack of creativity, like, man, I'm just feeling really uncreative right now. I don't feel like anything I'm doing is very good, then that's what's going to happen. That's how I'm going to walk through life as a singer, as a person, whatever. So, just on the fact of practicing every day, like it really is, you have to fill your own cup first. Otherwise, you're never going to have the energy to practice every day. You're never going to have the well of creativity to pull from when you're an artist of any kind, music, visual, whatever kind of artist you are. I can't figure out what my hair is doing today. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of, I've been feeling that a lot this week. Like, we need to find ways to fill up our own cup, whether it's creatively or love wise or time wise. We need to find a way to feel like we have enough so that we're not constantly in deficit mode. And that goes for when you're singing a song too. When you're using your voice, there's, like, I forget who said this, there's only so many vocal dollars that you have to use within a song. And so when you are worried that you're not going to have enough, then you push, 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 and use all of the vocal dollars you can while you have them, because you know there's going to be a time in the future very shortly where you don't have that stamina, you don't have the vocal dollars to spend. So you spend it. Right? Because you're only thinking in the moment. And so then what happens at the end of the song is you're very much out of vocal dollars, and what you were worried was going to happen has already come true. You were worried that you were going to run out of vocal dollars eventually, so you used it while you had them. You spent it while you had them, and then you're out anyway. So what was the point, Whereas if you come at it from a mindset of, okay, I know my voice, I know how to treat it well, I know that it's going to rejuvenate, I know that I am a resilient human being, I know how to take care of my voice. I know how to take care of my voice by hydrating ahead of time. I know how to take care of my voice by focusing on freedom and relaxation in here at all times. I know how to take care of my voice by taking my full breath when I'm speaking or singing so that I'm not overusing these. I trust myself. And from that trust, you're filling up your cup. And so you're not worried that you're going to be out of vocal dollars. You're not worried you're going to be out of time, because you know that there is constantly a way to keep refilling that cup and refilling that cup. Hopefully this is making sense. Let me know with an emoji in the chat if you feel this. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working through for myself this week. Like, there's been a lot of fear around practicing because I know my voice is tired from teaching all the time. And I'm doing a show next Saturday, just 2 little songs. But then I'm creating a solo show in February, and I'm terrified to start practicing. I think subconsciously, because I'm worried that I'm not as in shape vocally as I was a year ago, 2 years ago, when I was doing musicals all the time. And I'm worried that I'm not going to make it in time. I'm not going to be in shape in time for my show in February, which doesn't make sense because I have to start at some point. I have to start where I am. I can't start, further than I am along in my journey. I can't. That's just not possible. So I'm psyching myself out thinking I'm not going to make it, but then I'm not actually doing things proactively in order to get to a better place with it when I need to be where I want to be. And so much of this is the gremlin. So much of it is this voice inside your head that's saying you're not good enough as you are. So might as well give up trying to get better, right? Because you're never going to be where you want to be if you're starting from so far behind. And that's completely my gremlin, my little gremlin named George. Love to hate him. Do people say that? I don't know. It's dumb. He's this little gross looking purple green dude, and he just has the most annoying voice. He continually says the same 5 things over and over again, and I continue to believe him. I'm getting better at lessening the time which I spend believing him. However, he still comes back because that's his job, and that's what he's very good at. And we all have our gremlin. We all have our George. Let me know in the chat what your gremlin's name is, what your George's name is, what it looks like. That's been a really helpful thing for me to separate from that, because whenever I hear that voice, I can actually start kind of talking to myself. Instead of it being me, it's this other entity that I know doesn't always have my best long-term interests at heart. In the moment, it doesn't have my survival in mind because it's trying to keep me safe, trying to keep me from taking any big risks. However, long-term, sustainably, the gremlin doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, because we have to keep taking risks and we have to keep getting out of our comfort zone just little bit by little bit every day so that we can improve without just jumping into hot lava pond, right? Because that's what the gremlin's trying to save you from. Don't jump into that pond. It's going to burn you. And I mean, it's valid, because sometimes we need that voice in our head that says, don't do this stupid thing that you're about to do. But in this case, your life is not actually in danger. You're just worried about doing it wrong and not being good enough, and you're worried about being a self-fulfilling prophecy that gremlin is going to be right. So even though we may know consciously that the gremlin is not actually telling the truth and it's not actually our own voice, we subconsciously still believe it because we don't want to fail and we don't want to jump in a hot lava pond and maybe hurt ourselves. And that's what taking risks outside your comfort zone feels like when you haven't gotten there yet. And so when we can separate ourselves from that voice, then our nervous system is able to finally calm down and be in a safer place. And we don't have to be in fight or flight mode all the time. We don't have to be in battling the gremlin mode all the time. So we can spend more time feeling safe. And from a safe place, it's much easier. I don't know if you've experienced this yourself, taking one step out of your comfort zone. Like if you're feeling regulated, if you're feeling safe and happy and playful, in play mode, you can take yourself one step out of your comfort zone. And then what happens? What happens if I practice today? It would feel uncomfortable probably because I haven't actually done a full practice session in a long time. However, once I do that, I have taken one step outside the circle, outside my comfort circle. And then the next day I'll come back and see that, oh, my circle has gotten a little bit bigger, because I know I can do that without dying. I know I can take that one step outside the old circle without dying. I survived. feels okay. My voice actually feels a little exhausted, but it's better. And then the next day you come back and you can see your circle has widened even more because you came back. And then you take one more step outside of your comfort zone. And then you come back and you're like, okay, I survived. So this is what we're going with. And if you want to know more about the nervous system, the polyvagal theory, go follow Muscle Music on here. Ruby Rose, she's awesome. She talks a whole lot about this stuff, this nervous system regulation. It's super cool and it makes so much sense. It has thrown everything that I teach, it validated it, number one, and it also kind of threw it into alignment because it's not just woo-woo stuff that I'm talking about with this gremlin. It's real. It's real stuff. It's your real biology that is yelling at you, telling you to not take that step because it feels like you're going to die. Like it's preserving your life. But in this case, we're not actually stepping into a hot lava pond, right? We're just singing. And we need to remind ourselves and remind our body in whatever way we can that it is still safe. It is still okay and loved, and you're not going to die if you sing. Whether it's singing in front of people, whether it's just taking that first step to practice after a long while, you are safe. And so you're the one that has to be in charge and remind your body, okay, I'm good, I'm safe. And even honestly, just doing this helps so much. Like I just put my hands on my chest and I feel 3% calmer, maybe 5. So a lot of times, what Ruby Rose says a lot is instead of your mind telling your body to get into a regulated state, it's the other way around. We have to hack the body. We have to get the body into a regulated state, which then will inform the mind and remind it that it is safe as well. And it's a positive feedback loop as well, which I talk about a lot when you're singing. But this is even to think about before you start singing, because it's a whole thing. Like if you start singing from a place of fight or flight, of, oh my God, I got to do this, of I got to fix it, oh my God, I suck, so I should practice, that's a place of dysregulation. You're starting your practice from a place of fight or flight. You're starting your practice in a state of battle with yourself. And that, my friends, is not a great place to start your practice from. We need to find that middle ground, that balance of, yes, I have enough time. I am good where I am currently. I just would like to practice a little bit. It's not a desperation anymore. It's you're coming at it from a place of calm, from a place of trust. And when you're trusting, as we know when we're singing, when we trust our voice, we have freedom in life, in everything. Trust equals freedom. So, yeah, that feels like a pretty good place to end. Let me know what stuck out to you from this. If there's something that you really feel, if there's something that made you a little tingly inside, let me know what that was. And send me an emoji down there if you're curious about how to get into my world. There's lots of ways you can do it. I have warm-ups I can send you. I have in my bio right now, there is a mini ebook that will take 15 minutes to read maybe. And I think it will change how you see your voice and your singing. There's also, you can do a free trial session with me if you're interested in finding out what private sessions with me would look like. As soon as I get another cohort worth of people who are interested, I'm going to start Vocal Magic again. This is my mastermind 6-month commitment level course. It's a hybrid group program, so you have group and private sessions. But that's also changing soon. So if you've been in my world for a while and you're curious, leave me, let's say, a dolphin emoji that you want to know how to work with me. If you want to chat, I'm happy to send you, to talk with you and figure out what way would be best for us to hang out. Yeah, that's, I think, all I have to say. I love you. Happy singing. You are safe, you are loved, and you're amazing as you are. All right, I'll see you soon.